بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته, brothers. Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He has given us the ability to sit down here to listen from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the language that He revealed the Quran in. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of us and write it down in our good deeds. Alhamdulillah, we've been going through the learning of the Arabic of the Quran, and we have done lesson 6 up to yesterday. Today we'll have lesson 7, and then we'll do some exercise on lesson 6 yesterday. Yesterday we did gender, in Arabic gender. There are two types of gender in Arabic, masculine and feminine, and we say that one of the things that is not common in English and other language, like we have he and she and it, but in Arabic there's no it. So anything you see around you is either a masculine gender or a feminine gender. And then you also say that masculine genders are in big in numbers. We're not going to talk about masculine gender. Rather, we'll take the approach of elimination, meaning we know some tricks, some ways, some categories, that these are the categories of feminine word, and if it doesn't fall under these categories, then definitely it's masculine one. Actually, we'll do the same process also for type today, okay? So when we're going to do the exercise of yesterday gender, so we'll talk about gender again, we'll remind you, okay? Just to let you know, what are the very common way to know a word is masculine. What is the ending of a word? You look at it and you say it's a feminine. 99% time it's a feminine word. What is that last thing? Ta marbuta. A small ta with a two doors. So anything that finish with ta marbuta is a feminine word. Or other than that, there's alif maksura, looks like a ya, alif mamduda with a alif and a hamza. So these are the words also. Most of the time they are feminine word. We also say body parts that comes in pairs, like hands, eyes, ears, okay? All these things, our ankles, our knees, our feet, those that comes in pair, okay? Even the kidneys comes in pair. All these things in Arabic are feminine, okay? And the most important part of the feminine one is that something that is plural, broken plural, okay? No, not normal plural, broken plural, either human broken plural or non-human broken plural. Non-human broken plural meanings like books, pens, okay? These are plural, these are non-human broken plurals, okay? And like cars, okay? No, not cars is not a non-human broken plural, it's a normal plural. But anything else you can talk about, all these things are feminine. Then also we say that name of a place like Makkah, Sydney, these are also most of the time is feminine. We also say that there are few words that we learn from a story, that those words in that story is put together to remember are feminine, and they are feminine because the Arab said so. For example, sun, the sky, the stars, okay, war, all these things are feminine, Sabil, the path, okay, Nar is feminine, Jahannam is feminine, okay. What is Jannat? Who can say Jannat? The Jannatun. The word Jannatun. No, it's finished with ta marbuta. So, that's a feminine one. Jannat is also feminine, and also it's plural. Jannat is gardens, okay. So it's feminine. Anyway, so we'll come back to the exercise and we'll revise ourselves. Now, what is type? Type is the last property of ism. So we said ism has 4 properties, right? The status, we talked about the status, we talked about number, we talked about gender, now the type. Type is very easy to learn, you just have to remember. And in type, there are a few things that you don't know yet. We'll learn them later on, but they're just like category of types, so we just remember them for now, and slowly in future classes, we're going to talk about those. So type means that something, is it a proper or common? Okay, meaning if I say a Muslim, so you don't know which Muslim I'm talking about, right? It could be any, it's a general statement. If I say, I went to a town, you don't know which town I went, it could be in Bangladesh, in Syria, London, wherever, okay? So there's a general thing, there's a general type. But sometimes there are types that are proper, like, you said, okay, I went to Medina, so oh, this is the proper city, specifics. It's very common in our language, right? If I say, I have friends, So you don't know how many friends I have, you don't know their name. Or if I say, one of my friends told me this, you don't know which, I'm talking about in general. But if I say my friend Mustafid is telling me something, when you heard the name Mustafid, oh, this is the man whose name is Mustafid, it's specific. So type means that something is general or something is specific. Now, general is general, so we can't learn about general, but we just know that, if something is not specific, then it's general, like the feminine. So we're going to talk about how many categories of specific Arabic word. So if a word has these things in his properties, then meaning it's a specific word, meaning a proper noun or proper ism. We can say this in Arabic. So those, other than that, everything is general. Okay. So let's look at this one. So the common words are general, like example, a book, a teacher, a cat. There's no, it's all general. Okay. Proper words are that are specific, like that book. If we point to that watch, that clock. So I'm talking about that one. I'm not talking about any other clock. Okay. Like the teacher, my cat. My cat is not any other cat. It's my cat. So it's a proper thing. Especially when you talk something, your car. Your car is parking wrong way. Okay. So your car is specific car, not every car. Okay. So these are specific things. Now there are 7 categories of proper words. So we have to learn about the 7 categories of proper words. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, brother. So you didn't miss much. We just started. Okay. So we're talking about types today. I'm just going to quickly review. So there are types, common and word. If you read this, you will understand. Okay. So what I'm talking about. So now there are 7 categories of proper words. So meaning 7 ways to understand whether a word is a proper or a common. So if or a proper. So if this word has these things, it's a proper. Any of these 7 class. Other than that, it's general. Okay, it's common. Okay. Now I know there's a lot of types, like 4 types of ism, this and this. So things are gonna get bit heavy now on you. So if you really want to learn now you have to concentrate and you have to go through the lesson that I'm emailing to everybody. Otherwise you're gonna lose track now, because gender, we have 6 types of plurals. We talked about gender, feminine. So there's a lot of types are coming, like 7 types, 5 types, 4 types. So you have to remember them, okay? And you have to go through them. If you practice, inshallah ta'ala, it will be easy for you. So what are the 7 categories of proper words? Let's see the first one. The first one is proper names. Very easy to remember. Anybody's name, Alia, Tawqi, Dallas, Chicago, all this kind of name. Any names, anybody's name, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Dawood, Ibrahim, any name in the Quran, all are proper names. Because we are talking about that particular person, that particular place, okay? So any name is what? Is masjid is proper or common? Common, yes, because it could be. But if I say Quaker Hill Masjid, then it's common because Quaker Hills Masjid, okay? Very simple. Okay. Next one, this is the words that start with al. We talked about al before when we said whether a word is heavy or light, and we said when you have al on the word is neither heavy nor light. So al also makes a thing proper. Obviously, if I say the iPad, so I'm talking about a particular iPad, okay? If I say the man walking on the street, so I am talking about a particular man, okay? The house in the ponds is beautiful, okay? I'm talking about a particular house of the ponds, okay? So anything, even in English, the gives the thing as a specific thing, so that is not common, that is proper. One thing you have to remember, when you have al in a word in Arabic, that word cannot have tanween. You cannot say al-muslimun. You cannot say al-musliman or al-muslimin, okay? So da takes the tanween out, but it doesn't take the noon sound out. So if I say muslimuna, muslimuna means what? What is muslimuna means? Is it a plural or singular? Plural, meaning a lot of Muslims, a few Muslims, okay? More than 2 Muslims, right? So we can say al-muslimuna. The noon sound is fine, but if a word has tanween at the end, like jannatan, okay? So if we say al-jannah, we cannot say al-jannatan. We have to say al-jannata or al-jannati or al-jannatu, okay? We cannot say kitabun is a book, okay? And al-kitabu, we cannot say bun. No tanween is allowed after al, okay? So that also means that if al is not there, if there is a tanween of a word, basically most of the time it's a general word. So if I say kitabun means a book. In Arabic language there is no word for a or an. Like in English we say a pen, a ball, a man, a Muslim, an umbrella. In Arabic there is no a or an. It indicates by the tanween. So if I say kitabun means a book. If I say, sayyaratun means a car. Okay? So tun, a muslimun means a Muslim. All this is one word, muslimun, but because it has the tanween, it means one Muslim or a Muslim. Okay? So in Arabic, there is no a or an. It indicates by the tanween. If you put an al before it, tanween goes away. Tanween goes away. Okay? And also, if you see a ism with a tanween, the ism is common. That's why ism is the common. If you see the tanween at the end. Okay? So this is the two types. Proper names, words with al. So far we did two types. Okay? Let's go number 3. Number 3 is pronouns. Pronouns are all proper. If I say he is a good man, he is a very old man, okay, whatever. So I'm talking about a particular person. This is same in English also. He, she, I, we, they, us, me. If I say I am tired, you're not going to ask me, who said you're tired? Because I'm saying I am tired, so of course I'm talking about myself, okay? If I say, you are very kind, so you're not going to come and ask, who did you talk about? Is it in general? No, I'm saying you are very kind, so it's talking about you. So I, you, any pronoun. Now pronoun is very, very important. Just like our chart, the Rafa, Nasab and Jar, pronoun is super, super important. And we're going to talk about pronoun in future classes, okay? It is really, and you have to memorize a lot of things in pronoun because Quran is full of pronouns, okay? And so it's very important, inshallah ta'ala. Today we're just going to know that, if it is a pronoun, it is proper. It is not common, it is proper in pronoun. Number 4 is pointers. Pointers. Pointers means, if I say this clock, that man, that book, these people, those people, okay? So all these things are also pointers, and obviously they are proper, they're specific. We're not talking about engineering. If I say, these cars in the parking lot are all very nice. So these are the cars I'm talking about, okay? And in the Quran, there are also a lot of them. We'll talk about pointers today a little bit, actually. Not today, maybe next class, because it's going to be too much for today. But remember, Zalika, Zalika al-kitabu la rayba fi. Zalika means what? That. Okay? Tilka also means that, but tilka is feminine. Okay, sometimes we say Hamim, Tilka ayatil Quranil mubin. So Tilka means ayat, okay? Zalika means that. Ulaika, like I said, Ulaika fil azan, those, okay? Ulaika fi, kataba fi qulubihim, okay? So all these things are pointers. Those people will be in the Jannah. Those people are muflihun, okay? These people are kafirun. All these ulaika, all these things are this. Haza means this. Haza baitun, this is a house, okay? Hazihi means this, feminine, okay? We're going to talk about this chart a bit later, inshallah ta'ala, but just remember for the time being, pointers are proper. Pointers are proper. Number 5, this is a little bit difficult one, but you will very understand. Ism Mausul, it's called Ism Mausul. We'll talk about it later, but just remember these 3 words, and you have read this so many times in the Quran. Alladina, Allati and Allazi. So many surah has this one, okay? Any surah you pick, Sirat Alladina, Sirat Alladina, okay? So Alladina means, those who, okay? Or these who. Allati, okay? Can you say any surah that says Allati? Remember the small surahs, I think you all know this. Any surah has Allati. Yes, very good. Allati tattaliu ala al-affida. Okay? Allati also, and Allazina, Allazi yusbisu fi sudurin nas. So many times in the Quran, especially in the Juz Amma also, and even in any part of the Quran. These are called Ism Mausul. They're special kind of pointers, you can say, special kind of. So we're gonna talk about them today. It's a small chart. You just have to memorize the chart and know the meanings. That's it. It's very simple to understand. Okay, number 6. The one being called, Ya. Okay, meaning when I say Ya Allah, Ya Rahman. Okay, yes, Ya Abdullah. So when you call someone in Arabic, we use the word Ya. In English, we say, hey man, come here, Hey brother, can you help me with this one? So all these things are specific, meaning they are proper, okay? So there's nothing much to learn about it, just the word Ya. Especially we say Ya Ar-Rahman, Ya Allah, help me Allah, okay, Ya Ghafurur Rahim. All these things we call upon someone. We call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even if you say, Ya Walad, oh my son, help me something with this one, okay? So all these things are obviously specific, meaning they are proper. And the last part is a different thing. We're going to talk about it in future class, but remember, if the ism after of, what is that? In ism after of? Jar. The ism after is jar. So if ism after of is proper, the ism before of is also proper. So meaning if there is two words, so it says the book of the masjid. Okay? So the book of the masjid. So of the masjid. After the of is masjid. If the masjid is proper, because I said of the masjid. And I said before we said da is a proper, da make things proper. So, or you can say the book of Quaker Hill Mosque. Okay? So the Quaker Hill Mosque is proper, then the first part before the of also will be proper. The laptop of Ronnie. Laptop of Ronnie. Ronnie is a name, proper name. Right? So if Ronnie is proper, that word Ronnie is proper, so obviously the laptop will be proper. So we're going to talk about it later on, inshallah ta'ala, when we talk about fragments. Now we are only talking about one word. Inshallah, next session of our talk will be two words. It's called fragments. So if when two words come together, or three words come together, how it forms in Arabic. So we'll talk about it. So these are the 7 types that are proper in Arabic. Okay. Other than that, everything is common. Let's take a quick look of this one again. So just proper names, words with al, pronouns, pointers, ism mawsul like allazi and allati, the one being called ya Allah, okay, or ya anything. If the ism after of is proper and the ism before the of is proper. So let's revise. So tell me brother, for the first one out of the 7 one, the list. Yeah, proper name. Ism Mawsul is one of them, so you got 2 so far. Give me, out of the 7, give me 1 at least.
Start with al.
Start with al, very good. Anything else? We got 3 so far. Pointers, good, pointers. Another thing with P. Pronouns, yes, good. We got 5. The allazi alati is some Mawsul, I think we already have one. And also the word after the of is proper is the proper. Okay? Okay. So let's do. So just we have to remember them. I'm gonna send this to everybody's email. And this is a proper pronouns, pointer, ism mawsul, the one being called. Nobody said that one. Yeah. Okay, the one being called number 6. Okay, so this one. Now about the number 5 one, ism mawsul. As I said, this is very common in our Quran. So just remember this. It's very easy to. So allazi means the one who. Like allazi waswisu fi sudurin nas. Allah is talking about the shaitan, the one who give you waswasa in your heart. So allazi means the one who, and this is masculine. Allati is also the same thing but feminine. Allati is masculine, allati is feminine, the one who. Okay? Like allati tattaliu ala al-afida. Okay? These two dual never comes in Quran. Allazani and allatani. You will never find it in the Quran, but these are Arabic words, people who speak in Arabic, they will, but you will never find this two. So the two who, okay, the two who went to the shopping or whatever, okay. But then the plural is obviously a lot of time in the Quran, alladina and allati, okay, alladina and allati. So those two, those who and those. Especially alladina is a lot of illa alladina amanu wa aminu salihat. So many times alladina, okay. So that is very very important. So this is masculine, this is a small chart. So we're going to remember this inshallah ta'ala. So this is very quickly today's lesson. Now next week what we're going to do on Saturday inshallah ta'ala, we will go through our review all these 7 lessons. Very quickly we're gonna run through it, okay? And then on Sunday we'll have a quiz, okay? So the quiz will be very simple. I will give you a list of words. You just have to write down their 4 properties. Whether it's a rafa, nasab or jar, whether it's a masculine, whether it's a singular, dual or plural, or is it common or proper. Okay? 4 properties of all these words. So maybe I'll give you 15 words or 20 words and in this one. Now, during these 7 days in the next classes, okay, your job is to go through the lesson and learn the vocabularies. The vocabularies that we did yesterday, just go to yesterday's lesson, I think we have it here. I gave you 2 sets of vocabulary before already. I think you have this and I can send them to you again. And we talked about this story yesterday, about the soldier story. There's a lot of vocabulary here also, as 17 of them, right? Like asa means staff, okay. Khamar means one, ka'san means cup, okay. Dar means house, okay. Ard means land, sabil means path, dallu means bucket, okay. So all these are some words. So you must increase your vocabulary. I think all together in the 7 lessons, we probably done more than 50 vocabulary, more than 50 words. Some of them you already know, but that's fine. It's starting from scratch, so you have this one. Like obviously you know what is nar means, what is jahannam means. Everybody know this one in every language. Any Muslim know these words. Okay. So, but you increase your vocabulary in the 7 days and go through the lessons. Now we're going to do some exercise on yesterday's lesson, gender. If you look, we have a quick look about the genders. So these are the types of body parts, names of places, non-human plurals. Okay. And because the Arab said so. Okay, so these are the things. We did some examples here also. So let's do very quick some examples and then inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it for today. Okay, I think this is the one. Okay, so we're talking about gender, but if you can say the Rafana Sabanjar, that's also very good. Okay, we will do Rafana Sabanjar. So we will talk about status, we'll talk about number, we'll talk about gender. So these words, okay? So the first few words, hujuri. Surah Al-Hujurat? There is a surah called Surah Al-Hujurat. Hujuri means apartments. So that surah is about the apartments of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam where he used to live, right? Surah Al-Hujurat, surah number 49, right? Very, very important surah. This is the surah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us 6 advice, okay? Including one of them, don't do backbiting, don't say bad things about people, don't call people nicknames. Very important surah. Very important surah. Okay.
Is Hajar is singular of that? Hajar.
It's hujuri. Hajar is singular of that. So yes, so you already answered one. So this is plural, right? But what type of plural is this?
Broken plural.
Broken plural. Why broken plural? Because it's not hujur, it's from hajar. It's not hajaraini or hajarina. It's a different word, hujur. So it's a broken plural, right? Now tell me, is it masculine or feminine? Brother Shabir, you tell me.
Feminine.
Feminine. Why? I understand it's feminine. Why? Because it's broken plural. Remember in Arab, if I say she is beautiful buildings, so Arab always call things that not in life, like non-human broken plural. Non-human broken plural always a she. Non-human broken plural is she. Now we say this plural, but grammatically actually is she. So it is she feminine singular. She. So your answer should be it is. And what is the status here? Is it Rafa Nasab or Jar? Jar. Why Jar? Why not Rafa?
It's Rafa.
No, it's not Rafa.
It's not U.
It's not U. Yes, it's E. It's not U. It's not I. It's E. Like Muslimu, Muslima, Muslimi. Like Hujuri, Hujuri. Okay. So because it's ending with E, the last letter with E. So this is Jar, and also this is feminine. Why feminine? Because we need to know the why. It's not about the answer. We need to know why it is feminine, why it is plural. Okay? And obviously it's broken plural. It's one of the broken plural. That's why we will call them as she. If I say apartments are beautiful, so we'll say she are beautiful apartments. So although we are saying she, so it makes it singular. Okay? Singular in grammatical. But in real life it's plural. There's few apartments. Okay? But actually grammatically we are pointing it with a she, and that's why it's singular. So the answer should be that it is jar, the status is jar, it is feminine, and it is one, meaning singular. Okay? Although it's apartments. Next one, oaths. Aimanu, not iman, aimanu. Aimanu means oath. Like I'm taking an oath. So what is the status of it? Let's see who can tell me. Shiraz, you tell me. What is the status of aimanu? Rafa, yes, good. It's Rafa because it's U. Like so it's very simple terms. It's U. Now it's oaths. Oaths is plural. What type of plural? Is it a human plural or non-human plural? Non-human. Is it a normal plural or broken plural?
Broken.
Broken, because normal will be una or ina or atun or atin. If a word finishes una or ina or atun or atin, that's a normal plural. Anything else is abnormal, meaning broken plural. Okay? So it's a broken plural, and we say it is Rafa. Okay? And if it's a broken plural, then we call it as she. So it is one. It is singular. Although in real life is plural. You can see the S and then oaths. Oaths. Okay? Okay. Now this one. Muhsinina, people who protect others. Muhsinina. Nasab or jar from the chart. right? It is from the child, Muslimina, right? It's the child. Remember the child. That's what it is. It's just like the simple. And now it is masculine or feminine? Masculine. Why? Because una or ina. It is una or ina. If it is ta'atun or atin, then it will be feminine. Okay? And because it's ina and it is masculine, so it's masculine. Okay? So we know that gender is masculine. We know it's plural because it's in una or ina. And also we know that it is in the status of either it could be nasab or it could be jar. Okay? Mu'uridina. Mu'uridina. Same like the before one. Mu'uridina. Ina means is masculine. Simple as that. Also it could be nasab or jar. Okay? And obviously it's plural. This is just the chart that we learned. The Muslim chart. Same thing like this. Like Muslimina, Muslimuna. So Mu'uridina is like this. Okay? Now the next one, men. Ar-rijali. Ar-rijali. Or lil-rijali. Okay, it's any same thing. I mean, like this here is lil-rijali. Now, what is the status of it? This is who can say. Brother Shamsullah, you want to try? What is the status of it? Ar-rijali. Finishing with what, Brother Shamsullah? E. So E is jar. Okay, Rafa, Nasal and jar. Now it is men. So it is masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Of course it's masculine, right? But it could be feminine also. Because it's human broken plural. It's human. Rajul is one person. Rijal is many person. A human broken plural, if you go to the lessons that we did, would have she or they. So we can say they are people in Arabic. Or we can say she is people. Like she is men. We can say that. So it could have both. Okay? So both answer is right. It's masculine. It could be human broken plural, and human broken plural can also be referred as she also. Okay? Okay, so that is a tricky one. Okay? Next one is very easy, I think. Musafihina, just like the Mu'uridina. So this is also masculine. It is from the chart, like Muslimina, and it is plural. It could be nasab or jar. Al-Faridatin. Al-Faridati. You know the fard. We say we have to do the fard. 5 times salah is fard. Al-Faridati. Al, the word is al there. So is it heavy or light? It does not matter because it's al. Okay, it is a proper or common? It's proper. We just learned it's proper. Okay, al faridati. Rafa nasab jar. Jar. Okay. Now al is the obligation. Okay, the obligation. So is it a plural or singular? Singular because al is a singular. Okay, and there is a ta marbuta at the end, so it's a feminine word. There is a ta marbuta at the end, right? This is ta marbuta. As what I said, anything with the ta marbuta is feminine. Okay? That's fine. Now next one is akibatu, outcome. Akibatu. Akibatu means outcome. Outcome is also finishing with ta marbuta, so obviously it's feminine word. It is two, it is rafa, okay? And it is, what will be the number of it? Outcome, it is one singular number. It's not plural, it's akibatu is singular outcome. Okay. This is the same again. Qanitina. This is also a word from Quran. Actually, all of the words are from Quran. Qanitina, the subservient one, the one who is serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like righteous, you can say. Qanitina is masculine because ina. It is from the child nasab or jar. Okay. But remember, we gave the example. When Allah talked about Maryam alayhi salam, he said she is from Qanitina. Although grammatically it should be Qanititina or Qanitani. But he said because even men and women both together, Maryam she was a very, very righteous woman. Al-Malakaini. It obviously give you the number already. They're the two angels. So it's a dual. It says the meaning Al-Malakaini is two angels. Okay. This word is also from Quran. In which ayah Allah talked about two angels? Baqarah. What is the story?
Two angels teaching the
Yes, Harut and Marut sending into the bubble, Babylon, the city. Allah said, I have sent these two angels to teach them. I think Surah Al-Baqarah ayah number 105, right? So Al-Malakaini, the two angels. So obviously, is dual is the number. Is it Rafa, Nasab or Jar? Jar. Al-Malakai. No, it could be Rafa also. Ani or Aini. It could be Nasab or Jar. Nasab or Jar. Okay. Now, is it feminine or masculine? We said angels are always considered as masculine. Okay, as masculine. Okay. Tijaratan, meaning business, trade. Tijaratan. Finishing with what? Tamarbuta, it's a feminine word. Tan, nasar.
Singular.
And it is singular, okay, and also it means it is proper or common. Tan, it is common. It's not, there's no, as I said, if the word has tanween, it's a common word, okay. Tijarat. 200, miataini. Obviously 200 is a dual. So mia means, mia means 100. So miataini, like aini is 200, and is tiny. Is it masculine or feminine? 200. The word 200 is masculine or feminine? Look at the word. It's telling you there. Tiny. Tiny.
Feminine.
It's feminine. Yes, from the chart. It could be nasab or jar. Okay. 200. Taulan means height. Taulan means height. So obviously it is singular. Height is singular. Okay. And there is no sign of feminine. So it's a masculine word. And it is nasab because lan. Taulan. Right. Okay. I think this is the last one. Is this here? Al-insanu. We talked about so many times in the Quran. Al-insanu. What is the status? Rafa, because insanu, okay? And the human being, al-insanu. So obviously al means that it is, what do you call that? It is proper, okay? It is not light or heavy. And what is the number of it? Singular, because one human being you're talking about, okay? So it's not plural, okay? And is it masculine or feminine? Masculine. There's no sign of feminine because it's singular. If it is plural, okay, then it could be the broken plural or something. Sunana. We say sunnah from sunan, which is sunan, the sunan of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So legacies, okay? So sunana. What is the status? Only nasab, not jar. Okay, so it's okay, sunana. So only nasab. Now what is it plural or singular? Plural. Is it a broken human plural, non-human plural? Non-human. Broken plural or normal plural? Broken plural. So non-human broken plural is what's the gender? Feminine. It's very good. So it's feminine, gender plural, and also it's considered as one. Although it's legacies, but the answer of number will be one because she, we are calling it with she. Okay, so remember that part, okay? Don't say it's plural. It's plural in the meaning, but grammatically it's one. Like when you conform a sentence, it's one. You must say, these are the sunnah of Rasulullah, so you can say, they are beautiful. You don't say they are beautiful sunnah. You say she is beautiful sunnahs. Okay, she is beautiful legacies. When you say that in Arabic, okay, so that's why it's one. Al-alamina. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil alamina. We don't say alamina, we say alamin, but because it is a reading rule, but the words. So it is what? Masculine or feminine? Just look at the word, it's ina. Una and ina, what did they say? Masculine from the chart, just like Muslim chart. Okay, and also it could be nasab or jar. Okay, but it is al on the top, so it is proper and it is not light or it is not heavy because the al is there. I think these are the only ones. Yes.
Just a question here.
Yes.
We said the words, but when we say al means just one.
No, al means proper.
Okay, sorry.
Al means proper. It doesn't mean one. Okay, al means proper. Okay. So al mean the word.
Tanween means.
Sorry?
Tanween.
Yeah.
Tanween is like if you say how do you say this? Ala man or ala moon or ala min. If you say that, then it's one word you're talking about. Okay, like in science fiction we have different words and everything, so like that. But here is alamina, like ina and una. So this one. So inshallah ta'ala we finish here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us. So next week we're not going to learn anything new. Next week we're going to do review on Saturday, and Sunday we'll have exam inshallah ta'ala. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika.